Alright guys, so this week we got a Fox body Ford Mustang. This is a 1993. This has been in my shop for the past few years. I've been storing it for my cousin. He got this car when he was 16 from his grandpa. I figured this week I'd clean it up. It's been getting really dirty in the back of my shop there from cleaning all these filthy cars that I clean all year long. And what's going to be fun about this detail is TEMU gave me a $200 budget to get whatever I wanted off their website, so I got a bunch of detailing supplies. So before I show you the rest of this car, let's go look at all the things that they sent me to use. Alright, so with the $200 that they gave me, I tried to get as much as I could to try to detail something from start to finish without having to use anything of mine. The only things that I couldn't find on the website would be a pressure washer, a vacuum, steamer, and a compressor. So the first thing I got was this collapsible bucket, and actually it's a lot better quality than I thought it was going to be. I thought this thing was going to be pretty chintzy, but it's actually really good quality. And then I got a dozen of spray bottles, which is pretty handy because I needed spray bottles around here, so this works out pretty good, and they're actually pretty thick. I also got 100 magic erasers. One thing on the website that I couldn't find was a polisher, so I got this palm sander thinking, you know, because this is a dual action, maybe we could put a pad on it and we could use it to polish. Because everything on the website's pretty cheap, so if you didn't have a polisher and you were trying to get something and you could get this palm sander to use it for polishing and for sanding, I mean, that's a win-win. Also got this little kit of microfiber cloths and pads. This would just be really good for applying dressing and applying wax. And then we got a Tornador, which actually is pretty neat. This thing's super light. You know how a Tornador could be kind of heavy. And it also comes with the other cone with the little brushes on it, which I've actually never had. So that's gonna be kind of fun to mess with. And then right here we got a foam cannon. I'm surprised at the quality of this. This seems like it's gonna be pretty well. It looks just as nice as my expensive foam cannon, so we'll see how it works. And then I got 50 rags right here, which actually pretty good quality. And then we got a squeegee and a chamois, which will dry off the car when we're all finished washing it. And we also got a headlamp. I love my headlamps. I always use a headlamp when I'm on the interior so that I can see. I don't do it on video only because it screws up with the quality of the video, so I put a light inside of the vehicle. But when I'm doing off camera, I always got a headlamp on. When I used to do customer cars, I always had a headlamp on. And then also we got some black dressing for some black plastics, you know, renews bumpers and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. And then what's the most surprising to me is I got a $6 ceramic coating. So we're gonna finish the car off with a ceramic coating and see how it does. And then over in the corner here, we got a 26-piece detail kit, which actually has some pretty useful things like the brushes and the wash mitt, some drill attachments, and it also has a drill attachment for a pad, do some small polishing, which is pretty nice. And then we got some little brushes over here. I think those are pretty cool. They're pretty much just for dry dusting stuff, but I'm gonna use them for a bunch of stuff. We got some clay bars for after we wash it, we can get all the contaminants off of it and clean the surface real good before we polish it. So if you like any of these tools and products that I'm gonna be using today, you can get it yourself. Just download the TEMU app. Everything is linked down in the description below. And then use code DANE100 to get a $100 coupon bundle. All right, so now that we looked over everything, I think it's time that we get into the detail. Alright, so the exterior of the Mustang is super filthy. It's just covered in dust. This white top is not looking so white anymore. The windshield has eyeballs. I drew that on there a while ago. I thought it was funny. This car is going to clean up just fine. It's not like the most of the barn finds we get that have been sitting for decades that are just absolutely filthy. This car has been sitting for a few years in my shop just collecting dust. I just want to showcase all the stuff that TEMU has sent me and to see if any of it's worth it or if it actually can do the job that all my expensive tools can do. One of the first things I did notice about the Mustang is that it is half full on blinker fluid. As you can see, if I shake the car, there's liquid in the headlight. Usually you don't notice that because it's full all the way to the top, so you don't notice that your blinker fluid is low, but this one must have a leak. So we'll drain it and we'll top it off with some blinker fluid at the end. These rims on the car are not original. These are actually American racing rims. My uncle put these on here for my cousin because he thought these would look a lot tougher, which they do. The other rims were the stock, normal little 5-spoke boring rims or whatever. I can't even remember what they were. They were so forgettable. These though make the car look a million times better, look a lot tougher, make it look like it has a V8, which it doesn't. It has half of that. All right, so first looks under the hood. This is a really clean motor. I know it's a 4-cylinder, but this car is in awesome condition. They have talked about putting a V8 in it. I honestly don't think they should, only because the car is original and it just is in such good condition. Maybe if this was pretty beat up and this motor was junk and all that good stuff, then yeah, swap a V8 in it. But because the car's so nice, I don't think we should do it. But if you think they should swap a V8 in it, let me know. Leave it in the comments if you think they should do it. If you don't think they should do it, say please don't put a V8 in it. See what you guys think about that. There is mold on the steering wheel, there is some mold on the center console, and there's some mold on the side of the seats. And being it's a light color, the carpet could use a good extraction and shampooing. This car only has how many miles on it? This car has 80,000 miles. It's definitely 80,000, it's not 180,000. I know some of you just can't believe that. We'll shampoo everything, scrub it all up, and then we'll bomb it to get rid of all of the bacteria in here and make sure that it doesn't come back. All right, so now that we looked over the car, we could tell it's filthy and there's gonna be a transformation. The car is in awesome shape. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna use that Tornador that I got from TEMU, and we're gonna start on the interior and get this thing blown out, because that's gonna cause a little bit of dust and we don't want any dust on the outside once we wash it. So we'll do the dirty work on the inside real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and wash it. And then after we're done washing and polishing it all up, we're gonna go right back onto the inside. And then once we're done cleaning up the inside, we'll come back to the exterior, and then we're gonna ceramic coat this whole thing with a $6 ceramic coating off of TEMU. Because I pay $300 a bottle. So if $6 a bottle can work, you know, that's pretty good for somebody that's just doing it at home. All right, so let's grab that little Tornador and let's start on the interior. And it's technically not called a Tornador, it's a dry cleaning pump on TEMU is what they call it. So we'll use the dry cleaning pump and we'll get this thing blown out. So let's get started. These black plastic door handles are pretty faded out, so I got this black plastic renewer. We'll see how this does. I'm going to clean the surface of this hood and then I'm going to ceramic coat it. Okay. Yeah, no, okay. Anyways, throw that away. So by the smell and by the way that it's acting, it's definitely not a ceramic coating. So they really just put a ceramic spray inside of a teeny little bottle. All right, so I'm done detailing the Mustang. I used all the stuff that TEMU sent me. You know, the three things that really stood out that I actually do like would be that blowgun, the Tornador look-alike. I do like that palm sander. And for a 50 pack of rags, I was surprised on the quality of them. Usually they're super thin and junk. And the worst items I thought I did not like, the $6 ceramic coating was not a ceramic coating. The magic erasers, honestly, I think they're just foam cut into squares. And the brushes were a little bit hard. The little purple brush was pretty soft, but the other ones, little plastic straws on it, and they're not any good. They will scratch the paint. The foam cannon wasn't bad for the price, super cheap, so not bad. So I'd say half and half was a hit or miss. So now I'm gonna pack up and we got another car we're gonna go grab and bring it back to the shop for a detail. But for now, how about you check out the results? And I'll catch you guys on the next detail. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot to drain the blinker fluid out.